Hi all, good morning. So in the last session, we have discussed the notifications and Havish has given you the assignment on inbound email actions. So as it's just a complex thing, we can actually cover this inbound email action during our integration session. So that let's continue with the next topic. So today we'll be discussing on SLA, OLA, and the underpinning contract. So these are like agreements in the service now. So SLA is like a service level agreement, and underpinning contract is UC. We call it as UC and OLA. So coming to the SLA, so let me just first show you this one. So you have this service level management in which you have this SLA where you'll be defining your SLA. So what exactly is an SLA is? It's an agreement between a customer and the service provider. So customer in our case is the client, and then service provider is the Servicenow, which provides the service. And coming to the OLA, the other type. So OLA is again the agreement between the teams and the service provider, means the internal teams. So whoever are there, so that particular team and the service provider, which is the Servicenow. And the coming to the service provider is just like a company. We call it as a company. And then the last one is underpinning contract. It is an agreement between the vendor and the service provider. So who are vendors? The third parties. So those are called vendors. So these are the three types. So let me just show one SLA, which is okay. Let's create one SLA. So let me just show. So if you just see here, under types, we have three types: SLA, OLA, and underpinning contract. In Servicenow, usually in our requirements, they will be giving us to create the SLAs only. So we can just go ahead and learn the SLA so that it's the same process for OLA and underpinning contract. So let me just create an SLA. And here, if you see, we have target, which is response and resolution. Let me just show you one thing in the incident form. So now the incident is in state called new. So it was not assigned to any person. So once if it is assigned to a person, let's say from the assignment group, let's select it's the hardware group, and then assigned to is Beth. And once if we save this incident, then if you can see the state is moved to in progress. So one person called Beth has started working on this particular incident. So that we call it as response SLA. So once if the ticket is assigned to any person and if he starts working on it, then we call it as response SLA. And the other type is resolution. So once if this person Beth has worked on this and he'll be giving the resolution code, it's like suppose let's say known error resolving the incident. And once if he save, now if you see this particular incident is resolved. So let me just show. So the incident state is moved to resolved. Then this particular type is called resolution SLA. So how much time it took to respond, means in order to assign that person, is called response SLA which gets attached over here. And once the person is working on this and how much time it took to resolve this particular incident is called resolution SLA. So now let's create one response SLA and then the other one, the resolution SLA. So what is the condition for response SLA? Let me just, okay, let's see this as well, these fields. So on the table incident, so we are talking about incident table, and these SLAs can be defined only to the task extended tables. It means you cannot write on the demand management table or the other modules. We'll be discussing about the tables as well in today's session. So task related tables, you just keep this in mind. We'll be discussing what are tables, what are parent tables also in this particular session. And the default flow, here we'll be attaching the flow related to this SLA, in which process it should run. So, and then active is the checkbox. Once if this checkbox is checked, then this SLA will be active. And coming to the duration. So duration type is where you'll be specifying what duration, like 2 business days by 4 p.m. or 3 business days by 4 p.m. So this SLA should be attached, or this SLA should work in these particular duration types, or end of next business day, breach on due date. So like that, you can actually specify what duration type. And coming to here, you can actually select the duration, like let's say 8 hours, 00 and 8 hours. Within 8 hours, this particular SLA should get response. I mean, if anyone are gonna assign, so it should assign before 8 hours. And here you have schedule. So schedule is where we'll have some schedule, so 24/7 or third Saturday maintenance. So you have different schedules here. So 24/7 is where this SLA will not pause. It works 24/7. It calculates the time 24/7. In the project, how it will be like, so suppose let's say some project where they have the weekends like Saturday and Sunday. At the time of Saturday and Sunday, they will pause the schedule. I mean, they'll pause the SLA. So in order to do that, they'll be creating a new schedule. So let's say we are working for Lenovo company, and they'll be telling the calendar, like US calendar, let's say Hong Kong. They are China company, so it's Hong Kong. And then let me just save this. So once if I save, here I'll be entering the schedule entries. So here, let me just go ahead and create one. So if you just see here, when to when. So like that, you'll be scheduling the entry. So once if you provide this entry, it will work according to the schedule. So in our most of the companies, we need to create the schedules for them. Like weekends, this SLA should stop, and on the weekdays, this SLA should work. Like that, you'll be creating the schedule. And then the time zone, it depends on the time zone, like the SLA definition time zone or CI time zone, the caller, so who has raised the incident according to his location's time zone. Like that, you can define what time zone and source you want, you can define. So up to this, is it clear? The fields on the form, is it clear? You can just raise a
Yes.
thumbs up. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and create a SLA. So when this SLA should start, as it's a response SLA. Response SLA means the assigned to will be empty. So once the assigned to is filled, means assigned to is empty. And here you have the option called retroactive start. We'll be discussing regarding this as well once we create the SLA. And coming to the pause condition, means when this SLA should pause, whenever the state is on hold. On hold is we are waiting for the caller or we are waiting for the response. So in that case, this SLA should not work. So then we'll be pausing the SLA. State is on hold. When we need to stop, as this is a response SLA, whenever the assigned to is not empty. So start is whenever the assigned to is empty. Pause is where whenever the state is on hold, and then stop is where assigned to is not empty. Once the assigned to is filled, then this particular SLA gets completed. And reset condition is where you can reset the condition. Like like you'll be specifying some condition. Yeah, you'll be specifying some condition. So on that particular condition, again the SLA gets reset. So let me first save this and let's go ahead and create a new incident. So here, in order to create a new incident, the small shortcut is where you can remove the sysID and click -1. So once if you click -1, a new record gets generated or opened. Then you can go ahead and create test for response SLA. Now if you see, the assigned to is empty. Now if I say the incident, so if I just go down, the SLA assigned to SLA, the response SLA got attached. And if you can just see the business.
I went to office today to hand over the previous laptop and all. So can you wait while I'm on driving and in office? I will send all documents within an hour.
I hope we can. Havish, can you mute Sai? Havish?
Yeah, sure.
Havish, are you there? Yeah. So if you can just see, the response SLA got attached. And if you can just see, it's taking the time. The time is getting calculated, the start time. And if I just assign some person here, now let's say software group, and if I go ahead and assign someone and then save. So if you just see here, the stage got completed. Okay. Let me just show you the another case as well. Like the on hold one, I missed the on hold one. Let me show that as well. So the stages are important. Like first it will be in the, let me show you. So the stage is in progress. Now, if I go ahead and make this on hold and give some reason and then save this. So we have a pause condition, right? So whenever the state is on hold, this SLA gets paused. Again, if I go ahead and assign someone over there, and then if I save, then the SLA gets completed. The stage will move to completed. So how much time it took, the start time and the end time. Is it clear, the response SLA?
Yes, it is clear.
Yeah. So let me now just show you the another one, which is resolution SLA. So resolution SLA is once the assigned to is filled, the assigned to is filled and the Beth starts working on this, the time between the in progress state to the resolution state. So that is called the resolution SLA. And the type is SLA and the target is resolution on the incident table. So let's take 5 minutes or let's take 2 minutes so that we can just see how it breaches. And the start condition, when this should start, once the assigned to is not empty. Whenever the assigned to is not empty, then this SLA should start. You can also write a condition and the assignment group is not empty. And pause condition, whenever the state is on hold, because we'll be waiting for the caller or vendor like that. And stop condition, whenever the state is moved to resolved or closed or cancelled, because state is moved to resolved or is either of the conditions should be true, or the state is closed or the state might be cancelled. So in these three cases, this particular resolution SLA should end. So now let me just save this. Now if we can just go ahead and create another incident. Test for response and resolution SLAs. As if I save, as the state is in new and the assigned to is empty, the first SLA gets attached, the response SLA. Once the assignment group is assigned, and if I save this, the response SLA got completed and the resolution SLA got attached, which is in progress. Let's wait for a minute and then see what happens over here. So let's just wait for a minute so that we can just observe like what's happening over there. Till then, I'll just show you. So this is how it looks, and I'll just show you the another one. Curation. Let's try second. Let's wait for a minute and check. So within after the time, if we just check, so after this particular time, then this SLA will breach. What is breaches? We are not following the agreement. So once if the SLA is breached, according to the company rules, the SLA, the service level agreement, will have some rules like they need to pay some money, or they need to do some we call them as some according to the agreement, If we are not being according to the agreement, then they'll have some punishments or something like that. So we are not following we are breaking the company rules. So we should make sure the SLAs are in line. For that, we'll be creating these SLAs. If you just see this 100% and this SLA got breached, it moved to red color. If you can just see here, let me refresh. This has breached is true, means we are the SLA got breached. And now if I just move this to resolve, and now this gets completed. So this has breach should not be in our case. I mean, like the service level agreement should follow the given time. Is it clear? The SLA types and the target SLAs, schedules, and the 3 tabs: start, pause, and stop. And if you just see, I told you we'll be talking about the retroactive start. So if I keep this retroactive start checkbox, then so it takes the time. If you just see, the start time of this incident was from the end time of the response SLA. If I check the this box, which is retroactive start, it takes the start time of the incident. So here the start time of the previous SLA. So the previous SLA, the start time was 8:58. So it takes the time from that. Means you can actually tell from the creation. So from creation, it takes the time and it calculates. So the retroactive start checkbox is that. So what I want you all to do is, the task is create one response SLA, one resolution SLA, and one with the retroactive start, and just try what is happening, the start time and the end time, and one without the retroactive start checkbox. On the same one, you can actually test in both different ways, like creating 2 new incidents. Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah, you can go ahead and create 2 SLAs, response and resolution. In the same SLA, you try to create one incident and check, and then in the same SLA, check the retroactive checkbox and save that SLA and create one another incident and check what is happening exactly. Yeah, you can go ahead and create. If someone can share your screen, it will be easy so that you can know like what you're doing or like that.
It's visible, Manaswini?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Why am I unable to see the users here? Assigned to?
The app engine admins, that particular assignment group has no users, I guess. If you can just open like preview record, the eye icon over there
Yeah,
with the eye. Yeah.
I'm here. Okay.
In that you can just go ahead and see like do we have members or not. Like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Save the record.
Hmm.
Yes. It's a responses select. Yeah.
Response one. Yeah. So if you change it here to on hold. On.
And you need to provide the additional. Yeah.
Post. Complete. I can edit from here, right? For resolution, or do I have to make a new SLA definition?
New SLA definition because we'll have two types of SLAs, right? Response and resolution.
Okay, yeah. If I don't save it,
You
that's.
can actually do insert and stay, no problem. You have that option.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ruchita, so how you should actually do is once you have to create the incident, you have to make the state should be new, and then move on, like add the assignment group, and then it will automatically change into in progress.
In
Then
progress.
one gets attached. Once that particular SLA is done, once you assign to the assigned to, then this particular first SLA gets resolved, completed, and then the second SLA gets attached. So it's like you need to follow the incident flow. New,
Okay.
in progress, like that. Then you can actually see the stop time for the first one.
Okay, so we can edit it here, right? Like I can move it from new state.
After that, once it is in new state, the SLA gets attached. If you remove the assignment group also.
Okay, we'll see it now.
Let's see. No, you need to create the new incident for that.
Okay. Yeah, so now so just save. Okay, and then change it to
Can you open the response SLA? Let's check. Sort on updated. Just click on updated field here to the right corner. Just click on updated. Just click. Yeah, the response second.
yeah.
No, here for the response, it's like not status result. Assigned to is not empty.
For the stop condition,
Yes, stop condition assigned to is not empty.
also for start and stop, it's same.
No, start is assigned to is empty.
Oh, okay, done.
Response. So until it is assigned to a person, until some person starts working on it.
Assigned to is not empty. Okay, done.
Yeah.
Mistake. Okay. See.
For the resolution, just open the resolution SLA. Let's check that as well. Assigned to is not empty. Yeah. Okay. And
Pause is
pause.
on hold.
Yeah.
Stop is resolved.
Yeah.
Closure.
This is right. Yeah. So did anyone complete? Others? Or are you stuck anywhere? Let me know. Chandana, Harika, Kedar, Sai, Sarita, Siri. If you're stuck somewhere, let me know.
Yeah, here it shows response is in progress.
Yeah. Now,
So
if you
I'm
fill
not
the assigned
start and stop time.
So stop time is whenever you assign this incident to someone, then it will stop.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you should
Hey
not need to
Manaswini,
keep
uh,
in progress. It will automatically change to in progress.
Or when you assign it to a group.
And then if you select the assign to, then it will automatically move to progress.
Okay, so you need not select
Move.
this. You can just save it.
Yes. Yes. Now try saving it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you can just see, yeah, response got updated. And now resolution SLA. Yes, Sarita.
Yes, Sarita. Yes, Sarita, what is your question?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. So I just joined. Can you please just explain like what is that resolution SLA or just a quick intro type?
Yeah, sure, Sarita. So if you just see,
I mean,
retro
what the basic functionality it does, like if we like create SLA definition or the response to that, what is the basic functionality we do
so
that?
SLA is like it's an agreement between Ruchita, you can select the created time, Ruchita. Created. So the SLA means it's an agreement between a customer and the service provider. So Servicenow is the service provider, customer is the client. So in this SLA, we have two types of SLAs, which is response SLA and the resolution SLA. Okay. So coming to the response SLA, so once an incident is created and it is not yet assigned to anyone, and so once if this particular incident is assigned to some person and if he starts working on that, then that is called response SLA. The response time it took from state new to in progress. In progress, it means once a person starts working on the incident, that is called response SLA. The word itself tells that response. And then resolution SLA. So resolution SLA is where once if it is assigned to a person, he'll start he'll start working on that particular incident. So how much time will be giving? The SLA is like 8 hours. Within 8 hours, he should resolve this incident. Then that particular time which you give is called resolution SLA. Is it clear, Sarita?
Yeah, Manaswini. No, I got it now. So
Now
for the
here if you can
incident
just
when we are, I'm sorry,
hmm,
when we create an incident and it will be assigned to some person. So when we are assigning, so the from the created time, the new to like when we assign to
response.
that, so the response like, okay, got it now. Yeah,
Yeah, that is
thank you.
response SLA. And after
Yeah,
assigning to resolved state.
yeah. Got it.
That is
So when that issue is or incident is resolved and like the
yes,
time
yes,
from assigning to the resolution, so within that time frame, whatever it is decided, like 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever the SLA resolution time, within that time period, he has to resolve that.
yes.
Yeah,
So
thank
because
you.
if
Got
the
it.
SLA is not followed and the time limit is not followed, then the SLA gets breached. Breached, it means it will be out of time. That should not happen. If that happens, then if you can just see here the red color on the screen,
Right.
so that is called breach time. I mean, it breached. She gave 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, they worked, but it did the breach time was elapsed. I mean, the business time got elapsed. We call it as breach. And can you just open the resolution SLA, Ruchita? Once the form SLA definition.
I have a doubt here, Manaswini. I put like the retroactive thing for both response and resolution. So this is the difference we're talking about. Like start time will be same.
Yes, yes. So if you can just go to the form again, I mean the resolution form.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just see, just go down. So here retroactive start is checked and set start to created. Created is like whenever the incident is created. It
Okay.
takes time of the incident creation to the resolution. If you can just go up in the time you gave like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
From created to resolution, it the time is not yet sufficient. It's not sufficient. That's why it got breached. It is like
Oh.
more time. After 2 minutes, this thing got resolved. That's why that breach red color was there. The
Okay.
business time got elapsed.
Okay. Yeah. That's
The
it.
best way is you need not actually check the retroactive start, because from the response time it takes and it resolves. So the time will be calculated from the response time. So the response time is,
Yeah.
response will have the stop time, right? So
Yeah. That
after from
time
the
it
stop
will.
time it takes. Then
Yeah.
the 2 minutes will be sufficient.
Okay. So that's a difference between that's about retroactive act. Okay.
Exactly. You are right. And others, Kedar, Sai, Chandana, Siri, please respond.
After creating response sheet, I'm not able to open incident sheet.
Can you just share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 hours, 30 minutes response. Okay, just go down. Assigned to is empty. Pause condition. State is on hold. Okay, stop condition. State is not empty. It's not the stop condition. So this is response SLA. Assigned to is not empty. Response is like one person has to work on that SLA. How much time it took to respond to that ticket is called response SLA. So assigned to. Assigned to is not empty. Yeah, save the form. And now try opening the incident form.
I have to click on link and click -1.
No. Go to all.
Oh,
In
okay,
the
okay.
application navigator, search for
Yeah.
incident. Yeah, create new. Here you can just.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Harika is not there. Kedar, Chandana, Sai, please respond.
A bit
Yeah,
slow.
hi.
Yes.
And Anudeep, I know you joined today as a new. So how are you catching up? Are you understanding the things?
Yeah, as of now, it's going good. But I think I started in the middle of the class. So,
Yeah, feel free to ask questions if you have any. Okay. Yeah, Masini can continue with the next topic.
Okay. So I have mentioned this SLAs can be defined to only task extended tables. So let's see, let me just show. So we have three types of tables in ServiceNow. The first one is the parent table. Second one is the child table. And the third one is the ServiceNow core table. So let's see like what exactly is a parent table, what is child and ServiceNow core table. So in this, yeah. So we have under system definition, we have tables. If we search for task, the task table is let me. So if you just see here, this is task table. So task table is the parent table. So let me show an incident. So here on context, in context menu, you have configure. In this, you have table. If you just see here, the incident table is extending the task table. So what exactly is a task table? So task table is the parent table. So task table is the parent table. And the child tables are incident, problem, change.
And also
So if,
any kind of task related task-based records like SC task, change task, any task-based records that extends from the task table, all are all coming from the task table. So task is a like base table.
yeah, base table.
Can you
So
scroll
if
down?
why, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, can you scroll a little bit all the way to the down? Yeah, little bit up, little bit up. Yeah, click on show schema map in the related links.
Yeah.
Yeah, just scroll. Yeah, if you scroll a little bit down, so you should see the task here in the middle. Yes. Yeah, so this is the task table, and which are on your left hand side are all the tables which are extending from the task table.
So these are all tables which are extended. The requested item, group approval, asset task, and problem, change task, incident task, catalog task, knowledge task, and we have request, SC request, and problem task. We also have the incident, change request. So these are all the child tables for the base table. Okay, why we actually extend a table is in order to get its fields. So you need not create again all these fields, the work notes, work note list, opened by, impact, or like this. These are the fields which are holding, this parent table is holding all these fields. So once if you extend this table in your suppose let's take the incident table. Once if you extend that table, then all the fields which are already there in your parent table will be populated here. So here the task gets easy. I mean, the work which you can do on creation of fields will be easy. And the ServiceNow core table, which is the user table. If I can just show access underscore user. So this is yeah. This is the another table. So if you just see here, user table is the ServiceNow core table, which is not extending anything or which is not parent for any table. Okay, this is called core ServiceNow core table, and department is another ServiceNow core table, and we also have CMN underscore location. So this is another core table. Okay, am I clear? What are the three types of tables?
Manaswini, I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you open a table, for example, if the table is not created by you, is there any way to know that whether it is a core table or a parent table or a child table?
Yeah, in the form, if you just see here, so location is a core table because it is not being extended by any table. If I just show the schema map, so it's only one table where it is not being, so anything is not extending this table. And for the user table as well, show schema map. It's single table. But for the task, if you just see, we have seen the schema map for the task where it is being extended. So this is the parent table. And if I just go ahead and check for incident, so incident is extended from the task table. Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah, clear, Manaswini. And also, can you please explain actually what is the exactly use of creating a table, how it will be helpful in a real time?
Yeah. So in our requirements, it is like the creation is where the client will be giving, like, create a new application for them, where you want, HR application, let's take. So in which they want the HR data to be mapped. So in that case, you will be going and creating a new table for them, and then you will be creating the new fields and all the fields which are related to HR, like that. So in that particular scenarios, we'll be creating the tables, and also we'll be discussing in deep of creation of custom application in the further sessions. So in that, we'll be covering everything.
Yeah, and one more thing to add. So, I think who asked this question, Sarita or Harika?
Yeah, it's me, Javi, Sarita.
So in ServiceNow, if you look at any of the things, so it's completely a tabular format. So anything, any record which is present inside the ServiceNow is part of any one of the table. So if you look at the filter navigator, all these are nothing but a table names. So either it's a service catalog table, they are stored in one of the table, and inside the table there will be a records. So if you see, yeah, even incident is a table, it is extending from task similarly. So everything will have the, and if you don't have any out of the box tables, so then you might need to go for creating custom tables for any specific application which you want to build. But anything which is in ServiceNow is built out of tables.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, and now let's move on to the another very important topic, which is client side and server side scripting of ServiceNow. Okay, in ServiceNow we have two types of scriptings. The first one is the client side scripting, and the second one is server side scripting. So client side scripting means anything which is related to the form view. I mean the fields which are on the form. You want to make a field mandatory, you want to make a field read only, or you want to make any field hide on particular condition. So in these scenarios, we'll be using the client side scripting. In client side scripting, we have UI policies, and the next one is client scripts, and next one is UI actions, and server side scripting. So what exactly is a server side scripting is anything which is related to the backend, means the database. So if you just take this record, so the update of this record into the database, or inserting a record into the database, or getting the record from the database, or deleting the record from the database, anything which is related to the backend is called server side scripting. So under this, we have business rules, script includes, the main one is the background scripts, the next one is fix scripts, and we have many as well. So these are very important: the business rules, script includes, background scripts, and the fix scripts. So client side and server side, is this clear up to this?
Yes.
Okay, now let's see. So you are familiar with creating the catalog items, right? So you have created the catalog items, order guide, and record producer. So let's take any form, iPhone 13. So here we have again in the scripting also, in the UI policies and client scripts, as discussed, these UI policies and client scripts will be written for tables, the general Servicenow tables, and for the catalog items. Right. So if you can just see catalog UI policies, means the UI policy, whatever you write, will be only configured to this particular item. And you also have UI policies here. Under the system UI, you have the UI policies. These UI policies are like other tables other than the catalog items. Whatever tables you have in ServiceNow, on those tables you'll be creating these UI policies. So catalog items will have their own UI policies, their own
Can you
client scripts.
can you open the catalog UI policy once, Manaswini?
Yes, sure. The existing one, I'll just open the
Yeah,
existing.
yeah, just this is fine. So if you see this catalog UI policy, scroll all the way to the top.
One.
So if you see on the top, this applies to a catalog item, and you will have a catalog item reference. So that's why it is called as catalog UI policy. If you go to the normal UI policy, the next tab.
Yeah.
So here it directly applies on tables. So that's why this is just a UI policy. This can be applied directly on the table. If you see, click on the table none.
Yeah.
So you can see all the list of tables.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the major difference.
So how do you actually create a UI policy? So for the catalog items, let's discuss today for the catalog items. Suppose, let me just click on try it. So if you want to make a field mandatory, or if you want to make a field hide, or if you want to make a field visible, I mean read only. So in these three conditions, you will be creating an UI policy. So if you just see here, applies to the catalog item, you'll be mentioning the catalog item name. Short description is where you'll be defining the description, and then when to apply. So the UI policy, if you just see here, we have the variables. So suppose, let's say color, let's take a scenario in which whenever the item is white, let's take white, then you want to make color of the iPhone mandatory. Okay, whenever the item is white, then you want to make color of the iPhone mandatory field. So color, the item, sorry, the item, when to apply, the item is white, and here if you see here, applies to catalog item view. So what exactly is a catalog item view is, this is called catalog item view. So this is after ordering this. So before ordering this, this is a catalog item view and applies to catalog tasks. Once the request is submitted, the catalog tasks get created, which are attached to the requested items. So if you want this particular UI policy to work on that also, you'll be checking this box. And if you want to in the apply on the requested items also, you need to check this box. So this UI policy will work for these three conditions. And then if you just see here, on load. So what exactly is an on load is, whenever the form is loaded. Okay, so now suppose, let's say this is reloading. So on loading of the form, this UI policy will work. If you uncheck this, then you also have the other condition. Suppose on change is like whenever you change the field from white to black or black to white, on change also this will work. How exactly it works, let's see in this example. So now let's check this box called on hold, and reverse if false also, will see this as well. Let me just remove this. Open this, what I need is here. When to apply is where you are providing the condition, like item is white. What it should do, whenever the item is white, it should make the color of the iPhone mandatory. So we'll go ahead. So here we are editing the existing one, that's it. So color of the iPhone should be, if you just see, mandatory should be true, and visible is like, so we have three options. Leave alone is like whatever it is there, however it is there, it will not disturb that variable. True is like on that particular condition, this field will be visible. Mandatory is the same, whenever that particular, on that particular condition, this will be true. And false is where whenever that condition is not met, then this mandatory will be false. Or if you check this also false, then whenever that particular condition is not met, then it will be not visible. So like that it works, true, false, and leave alone. And now if I just save this and go back and refresh this form, now if you see, the field is not visible because that condition is not met. Now, if I select white and just go down, color of the iPhone is mandatory, and you're finding, you're able to see this field. If I again just go on change, I'm changing it to black. The field is not visible and it is not mandatory. So how exactly is this working is, I'll just go back and show you. So reverse if false. So whenever this condition is met, this action should be done. Whenever the condition is not met, this action should not be done. This is what the meaning of the reverse if false. So reverse the effects of the catalog UI policy actions when the condition evaluate to false. Let's uncheck this and check. Now the item is black. Well, if you can just see, it's visible. Now if I make it to white, it is mandatory. Now again, if I go and make it to black, it is still mandatory. But in our case, it should not be. That's why this reverse if false play a major role. Always you need to check this box because only this on this condition, this UI policy should work, this action. Am I clear?
Yes.
And we have another option for this catalog UI policy in the advanced view is where you can write a script as well, run the scripts. So you can select the interfaces. Today, Haviesh has discussed the UI types, right? Service portal or desktop, and we also have the mobile view. So in these three views, also it should work. So when this script should work, you'll be selecting the UI type. And here you'll be writing the script, like whenever this condition is true, then if it is true, this script should work. If it is false, this script should work. So this scripting part we'll be seeing in the next further sessions, in the scripting sessions. So the UI policy is clear, is it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now what I want you all to do is work. I mean, like you have created a catalog item. So take one variable and try making it mandatory and visible true. And the other one is read only. You have the other option called read only. Whenever some condition is met, make the other field read only. So in the UI policies only, you can write different actions. So let me just save this and show. On this condition only, uh, you can write different actions on different fields. If I want to make is this replacement thing, is this replacement is mandatory false and read only true. So whenever my item is white, if you just see, it moved, it changed to read only. Again, if I just make it black, it's this. So you need to, you can actually write on the same condition, you can do multiple changes on multiple fields. Is it clear? So I want you all to just go ahead and create a UI policy for the catalog item.
I think you guys have created catalog item recently, right? So for that, you can add few UI policies. Or pick any existing catalog item which is out of the box and work on that. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone have any questions?
For a data allowance, if it is 6 GB.
Yeah, so whenever it is 6 GB and then try making read only or like that condition.
Okay, so if per data allowance is 6 GB, then okay. Oh, so these are not like mandate, right? I forgot to check them.
Ah, no problem.
Yeah. Mhm. So, okay. If I want to make, if it is 6 GB, then for data allowance should read only. Will it be-
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check. Mandate. Let's check. Okay. If per data 6.
No, per day allowance is 6, then which field should, no. On the same field you wrote. The condition and the action is on
Yeah,
same
that's what
field.
I was checking. What will happen if you put both of them? So here it will become
Yeah. Then
uh,
if that particular condition is met, it won't be, yeah, you have to check for the another one. Yeah, choose.
choose color. Okay, let's make this. Hmm.
Now try changing
6 GB?
it to 8
Oh yeah,
GB.
then you can change select color. If it is 6 GB, it's only read only.
Yeah, that's
Same with all the fields. So you can create how many ever fields you want to do it, like add multiple catalog UI policies.
and here, as we got the situation to discuss regarding that, so if you just go to the form again, the Apple iPhone 15, the previous, this next tab here in the top.
Yeah, okay.
So if I write two UI policies on the same variable, let's say is replacement is yes, then you want to make choose color mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
And per day data allowance is 6 GB, then you want to make this choose color read only. Then if you just see if both conditions are met, both UI policies will work. Then what it happens? Then the UI will break. So you should make sure that each condition is related to that variable, and that variable is not linked with any other UI policy. If there is some case where you have to do, then you will be having an order. So just go to the UI policy form, back, not this,
Is
the
action.
main UI policy.
Yeah.
So just in configure and get the order field onto the form. From the form layout, here you have the configure context menu.
Hamburger
Click
icon.
on hamburger icon.
That's not.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, try to
Configure
field on the form.
form layout.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, Get the order field. There's no order field from left to right. Search for order. Yeah, you have order, right? Bring that to the left one.
Okay.
Save. So we have here the order. So according to the order, so now let's say this UI policy is 100 and the other UI policy is 200. Then it works according to the precedence level. Okay.
Okay, so if I click the per data allowance first, like 6 GB, then according to this one, the action will
Work.
have first one. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But make sure the variable is not mandatory and read only at a time, because that won't happen. So possible conditions you can do. Visible is true is for one condition, and making mandatory in other UI policy, like that you can do.
Yeah,
But
one
not,
should be mandatory, other one should be read only. Should be like that. Not two for same, like mandatory for both the fields.
mandatory at a time for a one variable, mandatory and read only at a time for a one variable. That won't work.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So is it clear for everyone? We can just wrap the session for today.